Hello everyone. How you doing? How you doing, folks? How is it going? Where are you joining from? Let me see. The audio is okay. Can you hear me clearly? Can you see me? No lag, no bugs, nothing. Hey, Shemary, how you doing? I'm good. I'm good. I'm fine. Exhausted, but fine. Hello, um, Maricode. Oh, sorry, Maricode. How you doing? Audio is fine. Thank you, Ridwick, for confirming. So, let's get started. Um, First of all, my name is Nelfel, MLH coach since a year and a half or so. And yeah, I'm from Spain, Barcelona. Most of you already know me from previous streams. For new people, welcome to the MLH. Yesterday we had some newcomers in 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 the stream, and glad to see you here. Glad to see new people, to see new names. So hope you're having a really great Global Hack Week. Hope you're learning a lot, and yeah, hope to see you on next Global Hack Weeks. And so, oh, already having questions. Okay, let's go. Like that. Uh, will this tutorial be in Node.js with Solidity? Yep. Yeah, it will be Node.js with Solidity, and we will be creating a smart contract. First of all, we will go into more the theoretical part, explain how, what is a smart contract, how it works, uh, the use cases it has, everything. And then we will go to the experimental part, let's say. Afterwards, I will upload the code, all the code, so you can check that later on if you just want to watch the stream and not, watch the stream and try to code it. So I'll be doing the whole setup from creating from scratch the project, developing the smart contract and deploying the smart contract. Okay, we will learn how to create a wallet. It's quite easy to create a wallet, but okay. We'll see how we can use Alchemy to help us to deploy our smart contract, and yeah, hope you learn a lot. So as I said, uh, okay. So as I said, first of all, we will go more into the base theory, so everyone can be on the same page and know what is a smart contract, what it's used for, and how you can take advantage of a smart contract, or uh, yeah. So I have a question here, just let me answer it real quick. So we can code along, but you will also have a GitHub repo we can pull from. Yeah, 100%. I recommend you, well, it's just a recommendation. If you want to code in real time with me, and or pair programming or whatever, that's pretty cool. It's amazing. But I well, the videos will be uploaded on YouTube and Twitch afterwards, so you can check them 200 times if you want. So that's okay. If you want to code along, that's a good. But if you just want to focus on seeing how I do it, and then check the video again, check the code, compare the code, try to do it on your own, that's cool too. So yeah, both of them are good options. Okay. So let me share with you this. Mm, oh, okay. So this is just an image, okay? So you can actually just see a little bit what a smart contract is. This is some use cases. We'll get into that in a moment. But okay, let's go from the beginning, okay? What is a smart contract? Okay, let's start with what exactly smart contract is. Okay, so basically, just like they are just like usual contracts that let you exchange property, money, shares, anything valuable. Okay, let me see if I can have a more illustrative, because I have a more illustrative image around here. Yeah, I think this one will be a little bit more understandable. Okay. Okay, let me share this. Mm-mm-mm. Technical issues. Okay, let's go. So basically, everyone, I think probably everyone knows what a contract is. Basically, it's a paper. Well, nowadays it's basically a paper, whatever, that has some conditions between two people and or a company and a person or whatever. So smart contracts are just like usual contracts that let you exchange whatever. And basically, there's a twist in it's more transparent because it will be on the blockchain. And one of the advantages will be that with smart contracts, you don't need any middleman to do your deed. Okay, so you don't need like a lawyer, whatever, to check the or a notary or whatever. So that's the base difference between regular contracts and smart contracts. Okay, let's try to create an explain it with an example. Okay, you can think about it as a uh, let me see what example we can. mm, okay, so let's think about it as a vending machine. Okay, um, basically, to get a snack from a vending machine, you need the money and the snack number or the selection, whatever. Okay, and then you will get the snack dispensed. Okay, so basically, w- let's try to mm, I wanted to put it in a way that you can understand it. Uh, sim More simple. Yeah, basically, the part is that you you define the rules. Well, you don't only define the rules, but you can enforce them. Okay. Um, Basically, you have the dispenser, you have the money, and you can say, okay, I have all these selections, and if someone chose number 25, before giving the snack, you need to prove that we received X amount from this person, and then deliver the whatever you want to deliver, the snack or whatever. Okay. Um, so yeah, well, the programmer of Ethereum, um, basically the as let me see. I want to put in a real simple example, so you won't get confused. Let me see if I can find. Okay, let's put an example. Okay, just suppose Todd or Jeremy wants to buy a car from Jamie. Okay, so he can easily pay Jamie using blockchain network and through cryptocurrencies. So basically, Todd will get a virtual receipt, and it will get included in the smart contract. So after Jamie gives you the key to your car within the specific date you specify in the contract, Todd releases the payment. So if Jamie didn't give you the key, then the network will call in a refund. Okay. However, if Jamie gave you the key within the specific time, then the key and the fee both will be held up until the specific date. You know. So once it has all the components to be released, Okay, got the keys, the money, whatever. It will discharge the key to Todd and the fee to Jamie. Okay, so you have the both parts have what they meant to have in the specific date or with the specific conditions, basically. So basically, the system works on the if then clause, and no one can hack into the system without alerting the other party. So if anyone tried to get access to the code, then every part linked to that contract will get an alert immediately. Okay, so that's the transparency I was talking about, and you cannot just do whatever you want. So, and the best part here, because if you have a labor contract, whatever, your employer and the employee has the access to it and whatever. But in this case, it the system the system, let's call it, is witnessed by hundreds, and you can easily trust it to be faultless to the core. So if Jamie gives the key, he will get the payment, no doubt. They're like not, let's say, yeah, basically he will get the payment, no doubt. They're there, and Todd will get the key too, because that what was specified on the contract at the beginning. So both parties win, and the contract gets automatically canceled after meeting certain rules. So the process is that simple. So yeah, I know it's kind of confusing example. Um, Hello. Okay, let me see if there's any question here. Okay, first focus on understanding. Yeah, code later sounds like a good plan. Yeah. Again, if you have, for example, two screens, you can just code on a screen and have the stream on the other one. So you can, but if you just have your just on one screen, it's kind of, uh, you know, just to see and code at the same time. Um. Hello, I'm a bit late. What did I miss? No, nothing really. Actually, we were explaining what smart contracts are, and just a basic example. Yeah, thank you so much for. Thank you. Okay, this one is a good question. Can international trade contracts be made as smart contracts on Ethereum blockchain and executed in USD? We'll get into that part later on, but you'll see. You'll see. This one's a good question. Thanks for putting that up. So basically, how smart contracts, most people think, okay, smart contracts, Ethereum blockchain, Solidity. I don't care. It doesn't affect my life. I don't want that. Whatever. And then there's the other part, like the freak part they call it, or more, the crypto bros, whatever. That they're more into cryptocurrencies and everything's evolving blockchain and whatever. So let's see how smart contracts could affect your life, for example, in a daily basis. Um, okay, we have a situation here. Okay, imagine that you want to sell a house. You have a house, huge house, beautiful house, whatever you want, and you want to sell it. So the process is not easy. It's not just like getting someone and saying, "Hey, here you have the keys. Give me the money. Goodbye." Okay, it's not that easy. So you'll need to deal with a lot of people, not to mention all the paperwork, all the commissions, the fees. The lawyer, and then you have the notary, then you have the administration, and then you have the you know the city hall, then you have literally commissions, taxes everywhere. So all of this makes the selling process more complicated. So that's why people go for a real estate agent who will deal with all those problems, and you can relax and make the sale without any hassles. So however, the real estate agent will take around 7%, of your total sale rate. That means that if you sell a house for $200,000, that's $14,000 just in fees, or the Asian fees. $14,000 for just the fees. So that's kind of okay. It's not funny. So that 7%, which can be a huge deal for many people, because most of the houses don't cost 200,000, probably 400,000, and that's around $28,000. Okay, so it's literally a car. It's literally a car. Okay, so you're giving away a car just to make the transaction, let's say. So for many people, it's a huge deal. And the real estate agency will involve a form of, let's call it a screw service to make sure you get your house without being ripped off or anything. So smart contracts can easily come in handy in these situations. So the tech will get rid of the need of the middleman. uh, Well, in this case, the middleman is the real estate agent, and the issue with the trust. Okay, so you don't know what's going on, so you can solve that kind of issues. This way, you won't have to fear for your money or the property itself. So yeah. And let's see. Now you have everything set up. So after passing the ownership, the buyer will release the money, and you'll be able to sell your house without paying any extra fees. We talked about all the fees before. So this is just one case. There's a bunch more. Um, so they will facilitate any form of asset and money and make sure you get the desired product. So it's quite easy. It seems quite easy. So that's why smart contracts have the potential to change the world, literally, in a bunch of industries. Okay, so you might think why it makes smart contracts so desirable. Okay, it's kind of hard to find a programmer to write a smart contract for you, whatever. So what's the incentive? So and with all that being said, you may have some questions like why you would use smart contracts or how they're going to help you. So let me give you the answer, and you're going to love them. Okay, just listen. So smart contracts examples will blow you up. Okay, let's see one of the you know the advantages. Let's say. And one of them is the interruption free. Okay, you'll understand this. And it's the most annoying part is when a third person or any third party interrupts in your decision or agreement. With the smart contract, there will be no interruption of any third person. It will be only you taking all your choices and making any deal yourself. You don't have to wait for the confirmation from any lawyer, broker. So the total process will be completely free from manipulation. Imagine the case you're selling a house. You're just, you have the house and you sell to the Asian, hey, sell this house for whatever. But you don't know personally that Asian. You don't know if he will scam you. You don't know if he wants to get the best price for you or just the best commission for him. Obviously, if it's just 7%, it will be more expensive, the house, more commission. But sometimes it's not that. Maybe it's just a fixed commission and you just pay them, I don't know, maybe $20,000, even if they sell the house for 200 or 240 or 250. So they just want the commission probably, and they will rip you off. So or maybe the lawyer needs confirmation from blah 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 for from the manager to accept an offer and then send it to the client, let's say the people who's selling the house. So this is the main key. Okay, you take the whole control. And the other point, really important point, will be the security. Okay, nowadays hacking has become an enormous problem, like huge problem. and everyone wants to keep their documents safe. Let me see. I think. Oh, okay. It's a message. Yeah, it's a message. Sorry. I have Discord open, and there's a sound like um, tricking me. So, yeah, security. So, there's a lot of hacking, a lot of people that want to keep their documents safe from piracy. And the smart contract will give you hacking free, completely safe website for your documents. So they will encrypt the website with the highest level coding, which will be almost impossible to crack and hack. So those are going to be one of the most secure places for your documents. This is one great idea because some people, some let's call it emulators. Yeah. Sometimes write like send me a Discord message with some business ideas and what do you think if I would love to build a startup and I don't know where to start. And the most common idea I see is like something related to drop shipping and like doing things with products uh, imported from China and then reselling them. And it's cool, but it's a huge mess. And in this case, for example, with all these blockchain smart contracts, the Web 3.0, and with all these technologies, it's just you don't I guarantee you there's not that much companies now. Now you see a lot of startups doing AI, but they're not doing AI. They're just using the OpenAI API and they call it AI. So you need to distinguish a little bit sometimes. And I think there's a huge opportunity for you. Some of you are finishing college, some of you started college, some of you, are studying other things that they're not college. And I think there's a huge opportunity with security, with all these hackings happening. You can take a lot of advantage of smart contracts to, do something, create something really secure and decentralized and everything. So this is a huge point. The security is key. And then let's go to the next point, and it will be the fast performance. Okay, so for processing all the documents and paperwork manually, it must take some time usually. So that's why manual processing. That's what the manual processing does. Okay, it makes things harder to process, and but the smart contracts blockchain does everything digitally, so it's instant. So they process every single task automatically with software codes, obviously. So it's going to save a lot of time. They will complete the whole process within a blink of an eye. So because there's no manual processing, the only manual thing it's the coding of the smart contract. And I think right now there's even websites where you can create smart contracts with you know in half an hour or 20 minutes. And so this is a huge deal. And let's go with the next point, and it will be the profits. Okay, so when there's any broker or intermediary, as we talked before, the man in the middle, let's call it, or any other third part, uh, you have to pay them a little more. But with a smart contract, there will be no third person or middleman. So you eliminate the massive chain of intermediaries. So you can save that money efficiently. Okay, you save the money, you save the time, you save the headache, you save the trust because you need to give trust to some people that you don't even know. Um, you need a lawyer. I'm talking all this with the example of the house, selling the house, so you can get the whole point. So that's why blockchain will help you save money. You'll need um, yeah, Basically, that's the thing. And the final point will be error free. Okay, no errors, no human errors. Okay, so you know very well that when you're filling in any form manually, there are possibilities to have some errors, but an automated smart contract will complete the whole process automatically, and there will be no single error because you just test your code before deploying the smart contract, obviously. And when it's done, there's there's no human error. It's everything checked automatically. So there would be a complete record with every single detail of all the terms and conditions. So you'll get all your processing done with an error-free, faster and cheaper manner. Okay, and then let's go with the next point. Um, let's see some applications. Okay, uh, let me see if I can. Okay, I think add this one here. Okay, I think we can deal with this one. Okay, so you must want to know where you can use the smart contract blockchain. So there's plenty of places where smart contracts applications are great to use. So smart contract is processing the traditional system of records, agreements, etc. Okay, so let's go with some of them. Um, um, let's see which one. Um, mm, okay, financial data recording, whatever. So, record storing. Okay, let's say. So the smart contracts come with the digitalization of the uniform commercial code filling. So they can store records, release, and renew them automatically whenever they need. So if there's any necessity or requirement of removing any record permanently by the law, they can also do that automatically. Okay, so that's really important. And trading activities, I would say the traditional trading financial activities always requires a broker or a middleman to process the transaction. So this may the whole process lengthy and a little costly sometimes. So the smart contract eliminates this middleman part of the trading finance. They use either the letter of credit methods or it's called the trade payment initiation of transmission or something like that. So those they're making the whole trading finance process simpler, more efficient, less costly for the buyers and also suppliers. And let's see, logistics. Okay, let's talk about supply chain management. So one of the potential uses of smart contract is supply chain management. So smart contracts blockchain maintains the whole record for the whole process, starting from the material collection to the product delivery. So they record every detail of the entire process along with the concerned persons. Okay, so the employees or the clients, whatever. So smart contracts use the Internet of Things sensors, the IoT sensors. It can track all the movements of the products every single time or the journey beginning from the manufacturer to the supplier. And they also keep records um, whatever the ready products are delivered to the respective customer or not. Even they hold the history of any lost or late delivery and also their exact destinations. So every concerned person will be able to check if there's any failure of any stakeholder to fulfill the terms and conditions of the contracts. And the smart contract is making this whole supply chain more transparent to its relevant parties, the distributors, the manufacturers, the whatever. So they're making the supply chain industry advance really quick. Let's go with let's go with, for example, the mortgage system. We've talked about that before. So smart contracts can be beneficial for another economies besides the logistics forever, and is the mortgage. Okay, the process of a mortgage is not that easy. There's a lot of information from both sides of the owner and the mortgagee, let's call it, the bank or whatever. So at the time of making any mortgage agreement, there must be an estimation of the information about the credit, the earnings of the person soliciting the mortgage, expenditures, and some other important information. So all these things make the process complicated, costly, and really lengthy. So with the smart contracts, all the procedures for getting a mortgage will be so easy, cheap, and fast. So this technology will handle all the stuff automatically with great care, let's call it. So there will be no confusions, no problems, no extra charges, no complications with a lot of papers, you know, lawyers, whatever. So, and more importantly, all these procedures will be transparent to all the members of the concerned parties in this case. So this technology will just connect the interested parties to complete the deal by signing off the agreement, which will be entirely digital and no errors, no human errors. So yeah, and that it will make it more transparent for the whole uh, parts. Let me see here. Um, mm, mm, mm. Okay, I see some. mm, okay, let me see because I see some questions here that I really want to answer later because I have an example we'll be doing. So, uh, uh, okay. Okay, so let's see another example. The copyright, the copyrights protection. So you might think, okay, how can smart contracts protect the copyright, whatever? So basically, they can preserve the content of the copyright when a group, for example, when a group of people work together, there might be some confusions about the responsibilities and the rights to that work. So, if there will be a complete record of all the responsibilities and the rights along with the perspective, the respective persons, it will be straightforward for the team members to cooperate with each other in that case. So, smart contracts can make the teamwork easy for you. It will keep all the track of the collaboration using a decentralized blockchain system. So there will be no more doubt about the rights and responsibilities of each member. So that's why it's really important. And you can see here, for example, the insurance. You all know that it very well that the process for an insurance claim is a very long time process. This is so complicated and irritating for both the customers and the insurance companies. So it's not their fault. Um, Basically, it's not their fault. So the insurance claim requires so many formalities, paperwork to complete. It is a great example of smart contracts application. So can basically smart contracts can streamline and modify the whole claiming process with automated technology. It will recognize any condition and state the claim automatically itself. So it will manage the rest of the process without errors or any confusion. And I know there's some we will talk about government voting systems, okay, or services. Let's call it whatever. I know there's some elections. There will be there were some elections recently in India. I'm not full aware of what happened or the anything, but that's why I chose this example. because I know there's a lot of Indian friends here. So basically, let's put it, most of the governments are based on the voting system. We don't we, d- we don't doubt on the topic that the manual voting system are not 100% accurate, okay? Most of the voting process is lengthy and sometimes inappropriate. So a smart contract comes with the ledger protected voting system, let's call it. So this system provides highly protected coding and higher computing power, so it is almost impossible to decode and hack the entire system. So moreover, it will also require a huge computing power, but you can avoid a lot of manipulation there. Um, so yeah, it will be more accurate and faster, but yeah, probably it will be less costly. But sometimes the governments are not willing to change they're not willing to make things more transparent. It is what it is. So yeah. Okay, let me see if I can because I see someone's answering some questions there. The process, crop insurance. Yeah, thank you, Rigvik, for the answers. Sorry. uh Okay, this is a real quick answer I want to give. Are smart contracts deployed free? We will see that in a moment. Because as I stated, I want to try there any platform which will allow me to do so. Okay, so deploying a contract, for example, in Ethereum, basically it's like a transaction. Okay, it's like making a transaction. So you need to pay the gas fee. Um, we will do that in a moment. We will see how much it costs. It's not too much. It's not like $50, $20, or something like that. It's kind of, I don't know, maybe $10 or maybe less. So, and yeah, we will be using Alchemy, and there's a free plan for, just a free plan with some obviously limitations. But yeah, it's free. You just need to pay the get well the fee to for the transaction, and basically the transaction will be the deployment of the contract. So yeah, there you got the answer. It's not that expensive, to be honest, but you can think about it as a transaction. Okay, so yeah, let's see what I stopped. So let's wrap up with some advantages, okay, and then we will go to the technical part. Well, we will be doing a 5-minute pause, okay, after the technical part, and then we will set up all the project, and we will you know uh, set up the projects. I will show you how you can register to Alchemy, how you can create your credentials, how to install MetaMask, how to create the project, how to develop the contract, how to deploy it, everything. Okay, so let's go. Sorry, let's go with some advantages. And as I said, it's really important. That's why I'm just pointing it again. The transparency, it's really important, to have everything on the blockchain, everything traceable. Uh, there's no miscommunication, because what is on the smart contracts, it is what it is. The conditions are what they are. So you accept them or you're not. So yeah. And then you have the efficient performance. Okay, as we talked, it's really more efficient. Um, and this leads me to the next point, that there's no paperwork. Okay, you don't need a lawyer to check this, and a third party, an office to authorize anything, whatever. And then you have the backup. Okay, let me explain this a little bit. With backup, there's a probability that bank can lose your documents or accounts. So the smart contracts always comes with a backup. There will be many duplicates of your paperwork on the blockchain, so there will be no chance of losing any of them. So smart contracts permanently record all your essential documents with explicit details. Whenever you need any information, you can find them easily in their storage. So the most important part is you can retrieve any of the information if there's any data loss. Okay, so this is really, really important thing. Um, the next point is trustworthy. Okay, trustworthy. You can trust anyone blindly that they will never lose your documents. You cannot obviously do that. Okay, but you can choose a smart contract for never losing your records, as they will be encrypted on a shared ledger. Okay, on the blockchain. So smart contracts are entirely trustworthy. They execute all their work automatically using the network, so there will be no fear of losing, manipulating, or having any error with the documents. There will be an entire trustworthy execution of every process. So yeah, and then the last point I would say guaranteed outcomes. So let me explain. Basically, allow its members to create any agreement on their own, but they have to do it to do this following some rules that will make the deal more significant. There will be no interruption of external courts. You just need to follow all the rules they blind you with. So yeah, and now we go to the disadvantages. Okay, I choose someone's. So one of them is confidentiality. Okay, being transparent is good, but not always. Sometimes there are some crucial things which require privacy. Some smart contracts, like uh, Hyperledger, provides its users with the private smart contract, but smart contracts examples like Ethereum doesn't offer that privacy to the users. Okay, so this is a really important point. And then you have the error. You know that coding encrypts smart contracts technology, okay, and it's quite a difficult task to decode them. But if the coders make some mistakes in the code, and its users will be in loopholes unintentionally, there will be some question of accuracy. But the thing here is to write good code. It happens if you do an app or a smart contract, whatever. So you just need to keep an eye on that. Another advantage, no, sorry, disadvantage, I would say unreliable information. It's true that there will be error-free processing with the recorded data, but at the very beginning, there's a slight possibility to store wrong information. So in that case, the whole process will be an error with that false information. Okay, so the first information is really important, and the last one will be rogue contracts. Okay, let me explain. With rogue contracts, basically, I mean that the smart contracts blockchains are self-executing, so it's amazing and helpful. But if a hacker hacked the system by chance, he will be able to conduct any illegal activities, will which will also execute itself. Okay, so really important points, and yeah, um, I have here. Um, mm, mm, I wanted to share with you, for example, well, just an example. It's an airline, a French airline, who happen to use smart contracts fully in their systems. The idea is quite simple, really. Um, we know how a late flight can spoil a vacation or official tour, but dealing with the compensation is much worse. So, getting compensated for late flights it's kind of tough. Let me share with you this one. I think it's kind of interesting. Okay, this is an insurance. Okay, so getting compensated for late flights is tough, and most importantly, sometimes our insurance doesn't cover it. So the reason depends on the cause of the delay, and it can be headache to get the money back. With the help of Fizzy, it's called the airline. Let me share it with you. It's like sorry, I think. Oh, okay. Now it's called Wizz Air. But yeah, so you'll be able to get compensated without any hassles at all. If your flight gets late or more than 2 hours, you have loaded your airline information into the app, so you'll get a notification. So the notification will tell you compensation options, and after choosing from them, the money will get right into your account. So the use of smart contract examples here gets rid of any losses related to airlines and compensates for losses even outside insurance, outside of insurance coverage. Sorry. So the insurance works only with a trigger, and for let's call it with AXA, the trigger is more than 2 hour late flight. Okay, so if it's late more than 2 hours, you can immediately just ask for your money. You'll get your money back. So this is, for example, one really useful example. So yeah, basically. So Ethereum does not have private smart contracts, and Hyperledger does. Yeah. For the moment, we don't know. We will need to keep checking the development of Ethereum. Now I think they got approved with something some weeks ago by the SEC. That's why the price went to the roof. So hi, wondering if you'll cover the plugin to a testnet with something like hard hat. Actually, we'll be using a hard hat. So yeah, we will see that. Okay, so let's take a pause of 5 minutes. I will be back in 5 minutes, and we will get into the technical part. And get ready. Go grab some snacks. Go to the bathroom if you need to. Grab some water. And see you in. Let me just put a timer here. Okay, just let me put a timer. Okay, I'm putting a timer. Okay. Okay. Let's get back in 5 minutes, and yeah, I'll put some music. Just for you, not to get crazy. But yeah, see you in 5 minutes, folks. If you have any question, I'll make sure to answer them. Thank you.
Lonely boy. Lonely boy.
Hello. Hello. How you doing, folks? How you doing? Let me see. 5 minutes and 12 seconds. Yep. The timer is key. How you doing? Everything's ready? Everyone's ready? Sorry for the noisy music. Hope you liked it. Because the other options were like, AI generated pop music and Hemlo. What is Hemlo? I hope it's something good. Let me check that. Hemlo. What is Hemlo? It's a river. It's a town in Canada. Now I'm curious. Hello in baby voice. Man, you have some ideas. You're so original sometimes. I love that. It's a cute way to say hello. Oh, okay. Okay. Hmm. Okay. So I've never heard that. Okay, let's go. Let's start. Let me share with you my screen and let's get into work. So present, share screen. Let me see. Let me see if there's something out of. Uh, okay, so this is the insurance company. Okay, we don't care about that. We care about the blockchain. We care about smart contracts. We care about the technology. Okay, sorry for that. Let me share with you. Okay, let's go. First of all, we need some stuff. Okay, so first of all, we need this. We need to create an account in Alchemy. Okay, this will be we will use this to deploy our smart contract. So yeah, this is the first thing. I have already this one here created, and as you can see, I have this insufficient funds, whatever. There you have some requests that I've made, some results here. Oh, sorry, the results are here. There you go, whatever. Okay, but let's start from the beginning. First of all, you need to create an account here. Okay, and this is the requirements. Account alchemy.com. It's free. There's some plans, like paid plans, but there's a free plan. It's the one I'm using right now. Um, come, let me see. You go to pricing, and you have these different plans. Right now, I have the free plan. It's this free plan. Okay, start building. You have some access to some stuff. 300 million CUs per month, whatever. So yeah, and here you have a couple of other plans. Um, Here you can say, hey, I'll be using 20 uh, billion computer units per month. So probably you'll need to contact them, and there you go. For example, this one, growth, get in touch, well, whatever. We don't plan to have an invoice of hundreds or of 20,000 a month. So right now we will choose the free one. We create an account, and then you need to install MetaMask. Okay, so we will need a wallet. I have this one. It's recently created, like today, and um, okay. So you need to go here. Okay, I have some extensions here. You need to go to the Chrome, or well, if you use can you zoom a little bit? Yeah, of course. There you go. Let me see if this is zoomed. Okay, this is zoomed too. So you'll need to go here, MetaMask. You can create another one if you want. But yeah, MetaMask is, it's quite used a lot, so it will be much easier to integrate with third-party applications. And when you install it, you'll have this one, and you create an account. Okay, you just need to add account, add new account. Let's say MLH example. Oops, sorry. Oh, okay, I cannot make bigger. Oops. Okay, okay, you cannot see it because I think there's some privacy thing here. But I have like the because I'm sharing the screen maybe, and you cannot see it. But basically, I have here a wallet open in MetaMask, and I created an account. And basically, what you need is to copy the address. I just copy it, the address, and it looks something like this. Okay, let me see here. Can we use Infura too? Do you know if there's any advantage over the other, or does it not really matter? Actually, I never used Infura, uh, but let me see. But probably you can use that. Yeah, for sure. I don't think there's any problem. Probably the the deployment will be just a little bit different, but it doesn't matter. You can change that the last part of the deployment. So yeah, feel free. Yes, we cannot see MetaMask. Yeah, sorry for that. I didn't think about that. But yeah, well, if once it's installed, you just have like deployed like, just a small box here with the different information like the balance you have, buy, sell, like interchange, portfolio, whatever. So basically what we need is the actual address, okay? So let me see here if we can, if I can show you that. Now I feel bad. Just let me higher up the bright. I don't see anything. Okay. Okay, now it's daylight. So you have do you have any problem installing MetaMask? If so, you can tell me, please. So okay, let's see. Once we are registered here, we can have we have our Ethereum app. Okay, if we go to products, let's say we have a bunch of different products, and what I want to do is go to the okay alchemy. Okay, I want to see app ID. We don't care about that one right now. US API key. Okay, I don't mind about this one because there's a limit. It's a free account. We don't mind. And okay, this one, for example, okay. Get transaction count. For example, as you can see, there's 0. This is my wallet. Okay, this is the wallet I have here in MetaMask. Okay, you cannot see it, but I will copy it. There we go here. Okay, this is basically this is the request that we've made. So basically here you can go here, you can raw request, copy, and then we can paste here the request, and then we can go to the terminal. Oops, you cannot see the terminal. Why is that? Okay, I think I'm stop screen. I need to share the whole screen. Okay, now. Okay, let me see it now. Oh, now you can see. Okay, now you can see the MetaMask, because I think I was sharing like the Chrome, just like the Chrome window, so you couldn't see the MetaMask. Okay, so now it makes sense. So yeah, this is the MetaMask. To copy the address, you just need to hit here. NFT right now I don't have any because I just created this wallet. And if we go here to the terminal, in this case, we can use the same response. Okay, we can make a curl here. We can use the same curl. Basically, this will allow us to to make a request to see all the transactions that we have on a certain wallet. So we just copy this, for example, and here I have my wallets here. Yep, this is my wallet. We just copy this. We go here. We can just paste this. Obviously, I don't have anything, but let me JQ just to see it better. So I have nothing, but if we go, for example, to Ethereum Explorer, okay, and we just go to any address, for example, this one, I don't mind. Oh, this is the transaction hash from. So we just go here and we change the address. My empty address for full one. Probably will get some transactions there. Okay. I think maybe. Let me see. Okay, let me see. Get transactions. ETH get transactions pending. Okay, this one was, let's try to recreate this request here. It's an example. Oops, sorry for that. Okay, let's try, probably because of the ID, I think, because if we change here the well, I don't think it's the ID, but yeah. So I think the problem was, let me see. Well, never mind. Basically, this endpoint is from Alchemy. Okay, so if we go to create a new one, let's go to apps. Okay, and let's create a new app. Ethereum. It will be in the mainnet. Okay, so basically, I have a question here. Sorry. You're doing multiple things. I'm confused. Basically, what I was doing, I was using an endpoint from Alchemy with my API key, basically to give an address, an Ethereum address, and retrieve all the transactions from that address. Okay, I was just trying to check that it works, but let's try to create another one. So what you need to do, imagine you don't have this one. Okay, so you need to create a new app. In this case, we will use Ethereum mainnet as the network, and the name we will just name it MLH Smart Contract, and description will be MLH Workshop. Okay, so we create the app, and then we have this dashboard. Okay, so if we hit here, we have our API key and the HTTP link to make the request. Okay, so right now, if we take this URL, okay, this URL here, and we want to make the same request, okay, but with the other API key, let's go here, okay. I know, okay, this one, for example, and this will be the 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 link here we have, if mainnet alchemy blah blah blah, and then we need to copy this, okay, here, and add the kernel, okay, because we'll be doing a kernel request. So we're basically doing, let me put it on Postman, probably you will see it better, okay, because some of you, I see you a little bit confused. Okay, this is another thing. Okay, let's go. So probably if I run this, okay, and send this request, we will have all the transactions, because this wallet has transactions. But if I use mine, the MetaMask one that I created before, this one, for example, let's copy this here, and I just use this address here, probably will have nothing. Obviously, we will have no transfers because it's new and it's recently created. Okay, so basically, this is just an endpoint from Alchemy to check transactions. And where you define these check transactions, basically here on the body, you have the method Alchemy get assert transfers. So in this case, instead of the assert transfers, we can let's look for other endpoints. Alchemy docs. Okay. So instead of that, we can have other endpoints. For example, let's see. What we can try. Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, I understand. So basically, this is just a basic endpoint that we are not going to use because we don't want to see any transactions. Probably we'll need to use it to check some stuff later. So yeah, it's clearer to see in Postman. Yeah. I just realized. because the terminal is quite confusing sometimes. But yeah, okay. So now we have the Alchemy running. Okay, so we have our application. As you can see, we already done 3 requests here. If we just reload this, we will see the transactions that the requests that we did here. Okay, so this is the 3 requests that we've done. And now let's go with the core part, okay, with the good part. So how we can create our own contract. So first of all, let's create a new window, okay. Let me um, okay, just let me create a new I want to create a new project because I want to upload it on GitHub afterwards so you can have it. So API, let's call it smart contracts MLH. Okay, so this will be. So now we have our project here. Okay, so we need to initialize. First of all, we created the folder of the project. So now that we're inside our project folder, okay, let's go here. I don't, yeah, okay, because now we need to install Node.js, blah, blah, blah. Let's clear this, okay? So let me make you bigger, because probably you'll have some problems reading that. Font size 18. Okay, so now we go to what it was called, smart contract MLH. Does Alchemy Free not allow Python? I can only see CLI for sending requests. Yeah, but I can give you a trick right here, and if it doesn't allow, let's say, whatever, we can go here, similar, we can copy this. Well, we can, obviously, we can just copy this one, curl, but it was like, let's go, I just want to get, let me see here. Okay, so this was the command line. Okay, so let's go here. Now you will see it clear, okay? But if you just copy this, just delete this because this is for formatting. There's a website called curl convert, and you just can pass here your curl, okay? The curl that you get, and you'll have like the Python version. Okay, so if we run this on Python, you will get the same response. Okay, basically, with the free version, you don't get like the code, I think, but you can just take the curl, convert it into Python, and then you can just copy this code on Python and run it, and it will run exactly the same because basically it's an HTTP request. That's it. So yeah, that's a trick that you got. So now we have to we will use npm npm init. Okay, so basically to initialize the project, if you don't already have npm installed, you can install it easily. So the package name will be smart contract, the version I don't mind, we don't mind, and the index.js, text, git repo, keywords, author, license. Is this okay? Perfect. Okay, so now we have the package that JSON. So it doesn't really matter how you answer the installation questions. This is how. So you can change everything later on the configuration. So yeah, after getting the in the project initialized. Sorry for that. We will need to install hard hat. Okay, we've talked about hard hats before. Okay, basically, Ethereum development environment for professionals. Basically, we will use it to deploy our smart contract. Okay, probably there's more, but yeah. So this is the one we will be using, and it's quite good. Okay, so we just npm install save dev hard hat, and it will be installed. I have a question here. Repo link, please. Right now I don't have the repo because there's no code. Actually, there's just a file called index.js. But after finishing the stream, well, not after finishing, but like 10 minutes before, I will just upload the repo, and yeah. So I will send to you the repo code. Okay, so we have some warnings here. Deprecated, whatever, this module, everything. We don't really mind about these ones right now. So right now that we have installed hard hat, we need to create the hard hat project. So for that, we just put npx hard hat, and we will just have this message here, and we will need to choose what we want to do, and basically we will just create an empty hard hat config. Okay, we will just see that later. Deprecated warnings. Initialize the project with is deprecated and will be removed. Please use whatever. Okay, so this is just a warning. Instead of npx hard hat, you will need to use npx hard hat in it. Okay, so just take that in mind for the future. But yeah, and this basically will generate a hard hat. Let me see. This will basically generate the hard hat config. So we don't really mind right now, okay, because it will be empty. Basically, it generates the hardhat.config.js for us, which is where we'll specify all of the setup for our project later on. So yeah, and what else we need? We need to keep our project a little bit organized. We'll create 2 new folders. So it will be the contracts folder and the scripts folder. Okay, the contracts folder is where we will keep our smart contract code, and the scripts is where we will keep the scripts to deploy and interact with our contract. Okay. Why and where are we using MetaMask? A little confused. So MetaMask, we will use that because, as we know, it will basically contain the contract, because when we deploy the contract, it's basically like a transaction. So that's why we need like the address of the MetaMask. Okay. So yeah. On Windows, should we use WSL? I don't know exactly on Windows, to be honest with you. I've never used Windows, so I used Ubuntu and Mac. So probably you should Google that. Sorry for that. So yeah, let's create the scripts, and let's create the contracts. Okay. Um, okay. So right now you might be asking, okay, where's the contract? Okay. So in this case, for the contracts, we will be creating. We can go to contracts, okay, and just create a file called contract.sol. Okay, sol, it stands for solidity. So yeah, just let me make it bigger because I think you're not seeing anything. Okay, so in this case, I have a contract already written, okay, because just not to spend a lot of time just coding. I prefer, just to explain um, how it works. So the contract basically it will be like a real estate contract for rent payers and landlords. Okay, so you'll have a house and you want to rent it to someone. You want to make sure that the rent is paid every month, whatever. So yeah, and this will be the contract basically. Okay, so let me make this bigger. Just like make this bigger. Okay, so this will be the contract basically. Okay, so we need to do some other stuff. Let me just explain how this contract will work, and let's get started with this. Okay, this is Solidity. I think you've done some course, some workshop on introduction to Solidity, if I'm not wrong. Probably, I don't know if yesterday, maybe a couple of days ago. So if you didn't watch that, I recommend you to go back and watch it because it's really important to understand at least the code. So we will call the contract rent payment system. Okay, so basically there's some events uh, where basically events are like methods when there's an action there. For example, when the rent is paid or when we want to register a new tenant or whatever. So basically in this case for the rent paid event, let's call it method. This um, Okay, rent paid, and then we have the tenant amount, the timestamp, whatever. You can add a bunch of other fields, okay, just to make it simple. And then the event, this one is emitted when a new tenant is registered, okay? And this is when the tenant pays the rent. Okay, so we have a new tenant and we need like the tenant information and the rent amount we talked about. We can also add the coordinates of the house you're renting, or there's a million data you can add here. So and the tenant, as you can see here, it's basically a structure, and it will be a rent amount, last payment timestamp, and exists. Okay, if it still exists or not. And then the mapping from tenant address to the information, everything that we need, the address of the landlord, okay, as we talked before. Um, and this one is a modifier, okay, so we can just modify um, well, there's some permission. Not everyone can modify everything, so there's some requirements. So in this case, there's some permissions for the landlord and the tenant. So for example, this one modifier to restrict actions to the landlord. So only the landlord can, you know, perform X actions, and this one is for the tenant. So only registered tenants can perform X actions or whatever. So and then we have the constructor to set the landlord. Uh, okay, let me see. Can you give some references, article or something? Um, okay, let me check that. Let me see if I can find some. Uh, smart. Let me see. Let me see if I can find something. Okay, I think this one, it's more, I think this one could help you. It's not the same, but you can get some ideas there. By the way, I will upload this code with some more comments if I can. and so you can just play with it. Okay, so don't worry about that. If you can change as much as you want here, do whatever you want with this code. So yeah. Uh, oh, okay. Sorry. I think the question was about dev containers, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, sorry for that then. I lost the conversation about the dev containers. Sorry for that. So, and then we have some functions, okay? We have some functions here. We have the register tenant function, where we get the tenant and the rent amount, as we saw before. There's some requirements here that basically um, to make sure to see if the tenant exists or it's a new tenant. So if it's not registered, we just create a new tenant, and we emit the tenant register. This is the the event that we saw before here. Okay. So and then we have the other function. Basically, it's the pay rent function. Oh, okay. Okay, so I can see it was about the containers. Okay, thank you. By the way. And then we have the function for the tenants to pay the rent itself. Okay, so we will call it pay rent, and then we have the public payable tenant. Okay. Oops, sorry. Here, only tenant can perform the action, so we add the restrictions there. And pay rent, where only tenant. Okay, so basically this is the restriction that we, because the landlord cannot pay the rent because it doesn't even make sense. And then we, we have this as again, if you don't understand some some nomenclatures here, I recommend you to see the Solidity introduction, because it will look much easier for you and really understandable, because maybe you're not familiar with this kind of syntax. Okay, but it's just conditions. Okay, so here we have, for example, this is the function for the tenant to pay the rent, and this is, well, let's say the restrictions, let's call it. And then we do some clarifications here. We check if the rent amount is the same as we registered at the beginning. And here we update the tenant last payment timestamp. Okay, so we have the updated, because maybe then the landlord can say, hey, you didn't pay the rent for January, but you did, so you can just boom, this is the last time I paid rent, and it was in February. Okay, so this is why it's really important to register the timestamp. And then the emit is basically when we emit the event of rent paid. Okay, basically this is the function the event we saw at the beginning, basically where you just register the sender, the value, and the timestamp. Okay. Uh, and then yeah, you transfer the rent amount to the landlord. Basically, this is the stipulation of the contract, and this is basically a function to check if the tenant has paid the rent for the current timestamp. So yeah, and then we have the function to get the tenant's last payment timestamp. Okay, you can imagine this like I don't know, like an endpoint of get last transaction, whatever. So think about it on that way. Okay, so let's imagine now we have our smart contract written, and we want to connect the MetaMask and the Alchemy to our project. Okay, so we've created the MetaMask wallet. Let me see how time. Oh, okay, we have time. So we've created a MetaMask wallet, the Alchemy account, within our smart contract. This will be the smart contract. It can be anything you want, actually. So this is just an example. So now it's time to connect the three, okay? The MetaMask, the Alchemy, and the contract, the project, let's say. So every transaction sent from your virtual wallet requires a signature using your unique private key to provide your program with this permission. So we can safely store our private key and obviously the Alchemy API key in an environment file. So basically, we will just we'll install the .mv package in your in the project. Okay, so let me see this. Let's install it. We can do it. Um, already npm font. Okay, so now we need to create. Okay, let me see because I don't want to share like the whole thing here. Okay, this is the contract. Okay, so I will just move this here. Well, okay, no worries. Now we need the private key. Okay, I don't mind showing the private key of my MetaMask, to be honest, because I would just delete it at the end of um of the stream, so there's no problem with that. So I just want to open this in full screen because, well, we can just go here to be and go to details of the account, and here we can select show private key. Here we can add the password that we've created at the beginning, and then we need to keep this one. We copy this. Again, I don't mind showing it because it's well, I will just delete it at the end. So so yeah, and now we should create .mv file. Okay, here new file .mv, and we'll just paste this here. This will be our private key, and then we will have our API URL, and this API URL will be the basically this API URL will be the testnet we've saw before. Okay, I don't know if you remember, but it will be this one. Okay, this is our API URL. Okay, in this case, let's call it API URL mainnet. Okay, because we will be using the mainnet. And now we have the MetaMask, and okay, so now we have the MetaMask, the private key that we need to, you know, to execute the whatever we want, and then we have the API URL mainnet with the credential and everything here. Okay, so what's the next steps? Basically, now we need to reference the variables in our head config, this configuration file. So yeah, we will do that in the next step. Right now, we will install Ether.js. Basically, it's a library that makes it easier to interact and make requests to Ethereum by wrapping like standard JSON methods. So yeah, and it's, let me see if we can install it like this. Probably I should use a newer version, but well, I think with this one we should be good. Okay, so now we need to update our head configuration file. Let me just check another one that I have because we running a little bit out of time, but okay, let me just copy this one and I'll explain to you a little bit better. Okay, so basically .env, we just require some to be able to get our environment variables. And then we have the API URL mainnet, and this one will be the, it should be the same name. Okay, and then we have the private key. Okay, and this will be, basically it's the library that we've imported um, to process that to the variables. Okay, and then we have the modules export. Probably you've seen this if you coded with Node.js, but just a quick recap. We just specify the Solidity version here. The default network we will be using is the mainnet. Is the mainnet because here we selected when we created the app here, we selected the Ethereum mainnet. Okay, because if you create another one with another network here, okay, you should select the other network. But in this case, will be the mainnet. So the mainnet, and then okay, we just add here the configuration and the account. The account will be 0x, and we'll be adding the private key that we got from our Ethereum wallet. Okay, it will be the private key. So with all that being set up, now what we need to do is compile our contract. Okay, and basically to compile our contract, we need to run npx hard hat compile. Okay, let's cross fingers. Okay, so now we have our contract compiled. Okay, as you can see, it added some cache files, build info, contracts, whatever. Okay, so there you have some information about the constructor, all the inputs that we need, blah blah blah, whatever, all the information that we need. So this is now the contract is compiled. Now what we need to do is deploy the contract. But to deploy the contract, we need to create a deployment script. So do you remember the folder that we created before? It was called scripts. It's called scripts. I will get into the questions in a moment. Okay, don't think I forgot you. I just want to finish this because we're running just a little bit out of time, and I just want to finish it to upload it for you. So so yeah, do you remember the scripts? So now in this case, we need to create a script. Um, we need to create a script to deploy our basically to deploy our um, smart contract. So basically, we will call it deploy.js. We don't mind. I already have one here, so just to go really quick. So in this case, we need to use the contract name here. Okay, it will be the rent payment system. And then start deployment, returning a promise that resolves the contract object here. And then we just log the contracts deploy to address, and then the address that we used for the deployment. Okay. So yeah, okay. So right now, and this is just the main function here. So now we have the deployment script with all the requirements that we need, and we just want to upload it. Okay. In this case, we use hard hat because it does an amazing job on explaining what each of these uh, things do with this really easy commands and everything. So yeah, basically the contract factory that you see here, if someone's a little bit confused, in Ether is basically an abstraction used to deploy new smart contracts. So in this case, rent system, basically it's factory, this one, for example, it's factory, for instance, for our contract. So when we use the hard hat Ethers plugin, contract factory and contract instance are connected to the first signer, in this case, the owner by default. Okay. So, and when we call the deploy on the contract factory, in this case, um, when we call the deployment of the contract factory, basically it will start the deployment and return a promise that resolves to a contract object. So this is the object that has the method for each one of our smart contract functions. Okay, so the last step will be okay. So right now we just need to deploy our contract in this case. Okay, so we will be using let's see the deploy JS. Okay, so let's go here, past this, and in this case we'll be using now we need to specify the network that we are using. So we just hit network, and we'll be using the main network, if I'm not wrong, because at the end we use this one. Yeah, okay, we use the main network. And now what we should do is deploy our smart contracts. But in this case, we have an error here, okay? So let me explain. This is what I was talking about before. It says insufficient funds or intrinsic transaction cost. Basically, if we go here, okay, now we will have, if we, you know, now we have here, this one is called insufficient funds for gas price, value, cost, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so if we translate this, if we go, let me see, this one will be around, just let me copy this and make sure how much money is this. Let's ask ChatGPT. Let me see. Chat, okay, how many, because the price you see here, it's not in dollars, okay? Basically, is in Wei, and basically to convert Wei to Ethereum, it's basically one Ethereum, it's like 10 exponential to 18. So what we need to do is just get this amount, divide it in, between 10 to 10 to 18th power. So basically we get this amount of Ethereums. I just did that with ChatGPT to convert everything. So in this case, if we, this is the last step, we just need to deploy it. So it will be around 9.38 euros. And this in dollars, it's around $10, probably $11. Yeah, $10.14. Oops. So it will be $10 to deploy the contract. Okay, it depends on the day, because before the stream I was doing some tests, and it costed around $6, $7. So it depends on the time of the day and the charge the network has. Whatever, it can be much cheaper. So basically, as I said, when you deploy a contract, it's basically like a transaction. So obviously you need to pay this gas fee or whatever, but it's okay. $10 is not that much. It's not 80 or $90 or $200. So basically, this is like the last step. And as you can see here, the method is send transaction, because as we said, deploying the smart contract is like sending the transaction, like sending a transaction. Yeah, probably you I don't know, maybe some of you are just a little bit confused with all the contract and why we need this and why the MetaMask. We explain why the MetaMask, why the hard hats and everything. And I really, really recommend you because probably you've seen the contract and you're a little bit confused why the syntax, but it's just the syntax because it's Solidity. It's a little bit different. But if you, I recommend you to check. I don't know, maybe if it's not the global, the Global Hack Week stream about Solidity, you can check a video on YouTube or documents or whatever, and just learn Solidity a little bit. And this code will be just really, really easy for you to read. Okay, so let me just create a GitHub repo right now. Smart contracts public create repo. Okay, just let me deploy this. Oops, let me uh, uh okay, just let me just I don't mind. I don't know. I'll just pass this. Let's hope everything's okay. It adds everything. So probably status saving changes. Git push. Okay. Okay, I need let me now I need the password. Hope you're not seeing this. Okay. Settings. Let me see. Have developer settings. Let's go to this one. Okay. Let me see. 30 days. Generate token. Okay, got this one here. Okay, I just got this one here. Okay. Okay, I'll check this. Let me share with you this. Let me share with you this. Okay, I just oh, okay, now I understand. I got it. I think I got it. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. I don't know because I say something about permission, but have permission, so I don't understand, to be honest. Okay. Let me just try something really quick. Smart contracts. MLH. Whatever. Okay. Public. Create. Okay. I'll just copy this. Okay. So let me see. Okay. 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 So now we go to smart contracts. Okay. So I think I got it. Sorry for that, folks. Uh, just let me see this. Smart contract MLA. I'll just copy this. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, copy. You go PWD. Okay, sorry for that. I got it, got it, got it. Okay, user. Okay, I got it. Okay. Now let me just push this and um, okay, I got it. So this will be the link for the project. It's uploading everything. Okay, so this should be the link. Let me still pushing all the changes. Okay, there you got. So yeah, there you got the changes. Let me just disable a couple of things here. Um, edit, delete app. Okay, guess this will be okay. Edit, delete. I'm just deleting the app because I have like the private key and the API key, and I don't want to get billed like 25 million. No, just kidding. So yeah, this was it. Hope you understood a little bit about um, how the smart contract works and how to do some stuff. So so yeah, I couldn't create it because I don't have sufficient funds on the wallet. But basically, this is like the last step. Once you deployed it, it's already done. So um, so yeah. Um, sorry if I lost. Let me see. Yeah, thank you, Shamari. I just saw your response. But yeah, you can see all the recordings at YouTube or Twitch. I think Twitch is having a little bit of problems because there's a bunch of them that they're not on Twitch, but on YouTube you can find them. So yeah. Uh, I would definitely appreciate a lot of comments, and I have a feeling that I will be going back to the recording and the GitHub repo a lot. Yeah, of course. In the worst case scenario, what you can do, I recommend, is just get copy of the code, and give it to ChatGPT and say, hey, comment all what you need to do. All like comment all what you can. Okay, and you will get like a bunch of comments. So yeah. Words to be able to. You deploy on the testnet for development. You can get free tokens for testnet using test faucets. Okay, so thanks for the information. So yeah, you can test it without spending a ton of money on transaction fees. So yeah, cloud billing is scary. Yeah, I've seen some cases. Um, yeah, I heard that. I think I saw a YouTube video days ago, and I don't know if it was 100K, and someone happened again on Cloudflare or something that they had to pay like more than 200K. So that's not funny. Can we use Web3.js instead of Ethers? Web3.js, I've never used it, but if it does the same, it has the same kind of functionalities, I think you could. Um, is the Prince file the ABI? Let me check again. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, yes. Yeah, the JSON. It's on artifacts, build info, con no, sorry, artifacts, contracts, contract.sol, and then you have the two files, the rent payment system.json and the rent payment system debug.json. Oh, sorry, dbg.json. So we're running out of time. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Hope you learned a little bit. You can always check again the stream. If you missed something, you can send me a message on Discord if you have any problem. So feel free. Hope you learned something. Hope you had fun, and hope to see you on the next one. And I recommend you to check Solidity and see a little bit the syntax and how it works, and then read again the contract that we wrote today, and it will make much more sense. Okay, don't be just like, oh, I didn't understand that, the syntax is quite strange. Okay, just put a little bit of effort, and you'll see that it's really easy. To be honest, it's really easy. Thank you again, everyone who stayed for the 2 hours. I know it's a lot of time, so thank you so much, and hope to see you on the next one. Thank you, folks. Have a good one.